This is Just Guidance with Janessa Gale, and today we are talking pain, grief, love, the ups and downs of relationships, and the commute from our 20s to our 30s. Okay, so I have made a clip for my special guest today, and you guys are going to watch it together. Oh, good. I was gonna tell you about it, and I was like, no. Then I was like, okay.
That's cute and thoughtful. You had to put time into doing that.
It's cute, yeah. I thought it would be perfect. That would be just like the perfect way to just. I was gonna put it in here no matter what. I just didn't know how I was gonna get it in there. Yeah.
Is a blessing we hold dear. God's love is shining crystal clear.
On turn up
days. Okay. We've literally been through every walk of life together.
Every walk. And still gotta walk some more.
Right.
Hot as hell that day. I remember that.
It's kids, teenagers, 20s.
That's one of my favorite pictures for us together. It's when I was in that sweater.
Family is a blessing we hold dear. God's love is shining crystal clear. In our hearts it lights to see, gives us all we truly need. Through the storms and darkened night, God's love gives us perfect light. Side by side we'll always stand in.
Oh, at DJ's house.
Yeah. I love it. It's so cute. I need this to be sent to me, please.
I sure will do it. I decided to just make something for you to let you know, like, I really appreciate you in general as a person, all you contribute to life, but especially to mine. You know, we always just be talking and people don't really, you don't really give people their flowers for real. Like, I heard this lyric today, I thought it was the perfect lyrics. He said, if they don't give me my flowers, I'm gonna have to snatch them out the ground. And sometimes you really gotta do that, but I just wanna make sure that I give you your flowers, because I see you in life. I'm so proud of you. I've been with you through life. Yes. So far. We got, everything. Like you said, we got a lot of walkway to go, but I'm just so proud of who you're becoming, who you are, the direction that you're going, just everything about your life. I love it. And I just want you to know that.
Thanks. That feels good that somebody can see that and can bring it up to you. So
yeah, of course. I feel like with us it's different. Like I don't know if it sounds like crazy or not, but I feel like, you know how they say like God make when he make your person, it's like he made them and he had you in mind. I feel like because I was born first, so I feel like he made me, but he was like, nah, where Christine going? Yeah. When Christine gonna come? Like it was a two-parter. Like it wasn't no me without you. Like
and it wasn't that far from when you came. I came.
Right, exactly. That's what it's like. I'm July 25th, 1997. You July 31st. Next year.
So a year and a few days apart.
Yeah. And we've been thick as thieves ever since.
So thick as thieves that we used to make people mad.
I know.
How you gonna be mad because we close like that? Right. Like you jealous or something?
Right. And even still, I remember we used to what was that? We made like a little bath shower thing. I remember that was the one thing that my mom really that made her the most mad, because she was like, she wanted us to take a bath or a shower, but it's like we'll put some water in the bath.
Take a shower.
Yeah, and leave the thing so the water staying on it. Yeah, that was.
Your memory better than mine, but one memory I remember with your mom is when we used to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
We used to always have to go with each other to use the bathroom. And your mom went to go use the bathroom. She's like, well, y'all sitting here with me while I use the bathroom. Y'all sitting here with each other. Nah, y'all sitting here while I use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
I remember that. I actually remember that too.
I remember that. My memory bad, but I do remember that.
there's some core memories that slip through. No matter like how bad your memory is, it's like some core memories that you just can't run from. They're just right there embedded in you.
For sure.
Okay, so today we are talking about grief and pain and relationships. And at this time, if you like to let the audience know anything about you at all, you can let them know.
My name is Christine. I'm 27. Currently, I'm working for a nonprofit organization where we help people in need with furniture. And I moved from Spartanburg to Ohio, so I'm learning life. I'm starting over, and I'm a person in my 20s that's not afraid to say that I don't know what I want to do yet, and I have wasted a lot of time on not knowing what I want to do. I just being young and just not understanding life. But I'm at that point in my life where I'm starting to learn the importance of things, and like going from them 20s to 30s. You in your late 20s, you thinking to yourself, oh my God, I got no kids, you're not married yet, so it's like you want a career, you trying to figure yourself out. But my interests right now are trades. I'm trying to get into trades, my CDLs, welding, HVAC, any type of trades. Every trade that you can get under your belt, I feel like is good. Whether it's construction, no matter what it has to be. Until you figure out what you actually want to do. And I feel like a lot of people, definitely younger in your 20s, struggle with not knowing what you want to do with your life.
Yeah.
But I feel like in that process of struggling to know what to do with your life, you find a lot of us like we end up in plants. Or we end up in warehouses. We work ourselves to death.
Yeah.
When you can get you a trade and you can make great money, just like people are making that went to college for 4 to 8 years.
Right.
While you're trying to figure yourself out.
And also, I don't know if you know or not, but what's that place called? Home Depot. They sponsor a lot of different trades where you can get your certification for free with them. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing too that people could do or help you get in the trading world, I guess. Like if you really don't know, like you said, if you don't know what you really want to do for real, that's another way. But honestly though, I feel like we do know what we want to do. I feel like we're born knowing what we want to do, and we have that passion as a kid. That's why we so like passionate about it. But then once we get in life, like when we go through stuff, excuse me. Well, you can cuss on here, but I'll be trying to be
self-refrain a little bit. Yeah. I know one will slip out with me, so it's okay.
But I feel like for me, all my life I've been told, like my Aunt Linda especially, like you sound like a typewriter. Just keep going, won't shut up. What she really meant to say was, you should start a podcast.
Right.
I think you want to communicate to the world what you got to say and what you think, and you think good thoughts and you got good communication. So you need to spread that. That's what she was trying to say. That's what she was trying to tell me, but I just didn't know. Like I knew, like, and you think about it, cause you know me personally my whole entire life. You can attest to this. We was young. Aunt Betty, think about Aunt Betty's funeral. You know, it sucks that we're talking about this, but at a young age, I was doing remarks.
Very outspoken.
My aunt passed away I was young. How old we was? Maybe like 5 or 6?
No,
or is it 7 and 8?
I would say about 7, 8, or like 9, 10ish, because we lost grandma at like 7, 8.
Oh, okay.
And we lost Aunt Betty like, I would say a couple of years after. Yeah. So I give us like 9, 10ish.
Okay, so about 9, 10, and just lost my aunt, and because it was after grandma.
Right.
And I go up there and I do remarks at the circus. So I feel like that should just let you know that I've always knew like I want to get my thoughts out, but I just didn't know, and I got way beside that, and then you come back to your purpose, your will, whatever it is that you're passionate about. I feel like you got it in you. Like it's like, you know how they say it's not on you, it's in you. Yeah, I feel like it's like in you, and then it's just like you got to think about when you was a kid what you like. Because if you think about it, everybody who's successful or whatever, when they talk about what they was passionate or about, or what drove them to do the things that they wanted to do, it's always like, oh, they started as a kid.
Right.
They started
it was something as a kid that happened that gave me
Right.
the ambition to do this or whatever. But to add on to that, not to be on that topic too long, far as knowing, like you said, as a kid, you know what you wanted to do, and you find your way in life later to, remember. But also in life, I think it's distractions.
Oh yeah.
I think it's so many distractions that like you said, everybody has something great in them. Everybody has a purpose, but it's your distractions in life that you can forget.
And traumas. Not even all just distractions, because sometimes life hits you and you really can't do nothing about it, but it's all about how you react. Like some people, the best thing I can think of to say is some people stay in survival mode so much that they can never venture towards what they're passionate about or what they want to do, because they just hounded in on their responsibilities. I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta make ends meet. They can't look out that scope because that's all they know for real. And it's like that block what they passionate about. They can't think about doing hobbies or stuff that they actually enjoy doing, because they so stuck on what they gotta do, they can't see nothing past tunnel vision type shit. Like,
and I 100% agree with that.
I think that's good. Okay, so my first question for you, this is just opening up and about your personal journey. What would you say has shaped you the most in your 20s, whether it be good or bad?
What has shaped me the most?
And you said you're 27, so last 7 years only. Good or bad?
I could say a lot of things, but I would say relationships have shaped me. Whether it was relationships that was failed relationships or good relationships. I feel like your relationships with people, and more in life, the more you meet people, the more you learn about yourself. And not only you learn about yourself, but also you see how distracted, once again going back to distraction, that you can get from certain people.
Yeah.
So if you surround yourself with good people that want good for you, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna come out good for you. But if you surrounded by people that if I'm drinking, you drinking, I'm smoking, you smoking, nobody is really thinking of the future, you can get caught up in that as well. So that can be that's another distraction. So I would think that really shaped me from going through a lot of things and then moving into another state and actually being able to see what people think of me on the outside. These are people I didn't grow up with. I don't know you from high school. I don't know you. I don't know you from a can of paint. But so I would think that kind of shaped me to what I am today. Just I guess learning more about myself or whatnot. But that definitely is one thing that shaped me. It's relationships.
And I can say that's a very good answer, because they say all relationships, no matter how, if it's a romantic or work relationship, a family relationship, whatever the relationship is, it's always gonna bring out your strengths and your weaknesses within yourself.
Right.
Because let's say you got that one friend that's always, you always gotta look over or something, that's teaching you more patience. So like, okay, I can deal with her on this day and this day, but I can't, because it's bringing forth your own traits.
And I will say that too taught me that now in my life I'm a little more isolated. But I'm isolated because in your journey, and when you, no matter what you're doing or where you at, the people you surround yourself with or you have relationships with is very important.
Oh yeah.
Definitely if you're in a romantic relationship with a person, it's very important on who you choose to be in your circle and who you choose to be around you, because it molds you.
Right.
And what they used to say when we was younger, birds of a feather flock together. I used to be like, man, listen, they could be doing what they want to do. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm not weak like that. I don't gotta.
Right.
But that's true. Birds of a feather do flock together. So if you, whatever life you want for yourself, I would say develop relationships with people who want the same things as you.
Yeah.
Or people that has the things that you want, so you can look forward to something or have something to,
Because it's I think that saying, and if you know better, you do better. Those go hand in hand because it's like birds of a feather may flock together. Let's say is um, everybody has lots of ambition. But let's say one person out the group have ambition with no action, so they just got anxiety. They got all this stuff that they want to do, and they're doing nothing towards making that shit happen. So they just anxious all the time. Like they just so nervous. And then you got somebody else in the group who got a lot of ambition, but let's say they are doing action. They got ambition and they got action going with it. Let's say you got somebody in the group that is just a negative Nancy, if you will. So they got ambition, but they just so worried about the failures that they can't get out of it. You still would have to change your group even then because although y'all are all on the same page, y'all got the common goal. Everybody levels is different. Like, okay, he not putting action towards his word. Okay, this person is only taking his ideas as far as his mouth can talk, but ain't do So even then, you would have to change your group too. So it's like if you know better, you do better for real. Because it's like those people who doing better, they live in that. I agree with that. Okay. The second question that I have for you is still about your personal journey. Is when you think back to who you were 5 years ago, what has changed the most with who you are now versus you 5 years ago? And stuff you can say stuff that you're proud of, like okay, 5 years ago me would have been this way. This me today is like this.
I would say today, the biggest difference is my mindset. I always had a good mindset, but I could never, um, I guess, branch out to my thoughts because of my environment. So I would definitely say the way I think, even just this little stuff, like the way I think is just so much different now. So I would definitely say that's one thing about me that
Your mentality.
Yeah, my mentality for sure. And also like for anybody that's, I would say it don't matter where you're from, but if you're from a smaller place, a smaller town, I would say it definitely, if you don't have no kids, if you you in a place you don't know really too much what to do, I promise you if you take a risk and move, you will learn like so much. Like and one thing I learned about myself is I knew I was strong because of the type of mother I have, but when I went out by myself, I wouldn't say I used to think I was weak, but I'm the baby. Like I used to, I always have people around me that enables me.
Yeah.
So when you by yourself, and I really got to be by myself, I'm like, I really am strong.
Yeah.
I do this shit. Like I am that person. Like, and it's like it just showed me a different way of life and a way of life that I don't want, and I see a life that I do want for myself now. So I think my biggest change from my younger self is definitely my mindset and how I see myself and the things I want for myself, and also not being so vulnerable. Because when you're vulnerable, you open to get hurt in so many different ways, and people can hurt you and not even mean to. But because you're vulnerable, people can feed off vulnerability. So I would say, I just learned my strengths, and I learned my weaknesses, and I learned things that I need to work on, and I learned things that I know is my strong suit. So that's what I would say. My biggest from 5 years. That's the biggest change about myself, I would say.
I love that answer.
So my next question is still about the last question about your journey, your personal journey. What experiences or moments made you realize that you were truly transitioning into a different version of yourself? Was it like you realized like it was some stuff that you might have used to would do and you realized like, okay, I would not do that anymore. So did you realize, well, I guess, I don't know, I'm giving suggestions, but I guess I'll let you just think about it and tell me.
And you said ways that
What made you realize that you were transitioning? Pasco.
Hey Pasco.
Okay, sit down. Sit down.
If you go join, you gotta sit down,
Sit
bud.
down. Oh my gosh. I feel like Joe Rogan when he has his dog when his dog comes.
Sit your butt down.
What experiences or moments made you realize that you were transitioning truly into a new version of yourself?
Not to give the same answers, but I would say definitely my mindset because far as certain things like wanting to be outside, far as gang banging or how I used to look at things, like now, it's certain stuff that I wouldn't even do no more. Like it's certain stuff I look at people and I be like, why is y'all even? But that used to be me.
Yeah.
That's how I knew my mindset was changing. Like, and I also knew when I always been a Black Power person, whatever the case may be. But once I really start doing my studies and I start experiencing different things and I start looking at the world on a like on the outside in a very bad stage. I think so. That's what changed my mindset because I want to be one of the people that help change things around. Okay, I knew my mindset was changing, or what the question that you asked was when I was able to get out of a long relationship, because being back and forth with someone for 10 years, it's kind of hard to be able to get out of that relationship and not have ties to the person. Because most people, you in a relationship, you break up, y'all still have ties, but to be able to let that go and break ties with that in my life, it kind of changed my mindset completely. Because it's going back to what we said in the beginning. Who you with and who you have by you and who you surround yourself with is very, very important. So I think a lot of I wouldn't blame anyone for nothing that I have done, but somebody can hold you back from a lot of your potential. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. If you was to date someone who was, let's say, a scammer, and you support that lifestyle, they will continue to scam their ass off. They're not gonna stop. If you are letting you on their ass, letting them know, I don't support this. Like, if you gonna be fucking with that, you're not gonna be fucking with me, type of thing, and they will stop. You will literally force them to be a better person.
Right. If they like you enough.
Yeah.
Some people they don't like you enough.
Yeah.
Forget what you're talking about. If you're not with it, the next one gonna get with it.
Yeah.
But if somebody really care for you, for sure. And
I agree with you. That was a good point there. I just gave like another example to really drive that point in, but that was really a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, now the next segment, of course, is the grief and pain segment. The first question is, can you share a loss or painful moment that has changed how you view life?
Cool. I can give you two answers with that. I would say in my life I lost a lot of people, but just like we grew up together. We lost a lot of people young though.
I know.
Young.
I know.
And most of the people that we use, some people have, they get to experience them a little longer and they lose them a little bit of part of life. But because we were surrounded by such older people, we lost people so young. So I would say.
Well, can I ask you something? I don't want to cut your train of thought off, but since you said that, I just made the point to my significant other the other day about when you lose people at a young age, you realize at a young age the only thing that is truly promised is death. Like, I don't know when we gonna go, but I know that we are gonna go.
And
so we more cautious. Like, I say I love you every time we get off the phone, because if I don't talk to you again, I want you to know the last thing that I said to you was I love you.
Exactly, because you never know.
Right.
You
because
never
of
know.
what happened when we were younger, losing so many people, like you said, at a young age. I really feel like that's mind altering. Especially like I lost not only a lot of family members at a young age, but I lost a lot of
Friends.
friends at a young
Yes.
age. And the way I lost my friends was due to car accidents. So I was like, I don't play in cars.
Right.
I look old as hell. I got my hand 10 and 2 in the windshield. That's me driving, but I'm not gonna play with no cars.
Right.
But it's like it shaped our mentality because of what happened
Exactly.
at a young age.
We went through a lot, and we wasn't sheltered. You know now.
Yeah.
When people die in families, they be telling their kids, they be like, no, I don't want my kids to go because I don't want them to see that man.
We went to see the viewing of the body. We went
the hospital,
right? Like everything, and that really is mind altering. I feel because, like you said, a lot of people now they don't put their kids through that. Like I don't want my kid to see a dead body. I don't want my kid. I'm gonna tell them that they're in heaven now.
Yep, just like with she getting sick and stuff, and he wanted to bring his family to see my grandmother, but I understood where he was coming from. He was because my niece is real sensitive, so he was like, I don't want her to see grandma like that. Yeah. But they think like that now. But when we was they didn't think like that.
But that go back to my if you know better, you do better. Back in the day, they was. We gotta think about it. We gotta give them grace. We breaking a lot of generation curses ourselves. You and I, we breaking lots of generational curses, lots of generational trauma, lots of generational trauma bonds that we're breaking. But in order to do that, we had to go through all that rough shit with them to know better. Now we know better, but it's like back in the day, you got to think, where were we at? The South. Who were they? Black.
I mean, people are more soft now.
Yeah.
But it wasn't soft back then.
Right.
You
and we had to take that on the chin, and that makes us who we are now. Exactly. It shaped us a lot to who we are now, especially when you got to think about worldly issues. So despite the life issues they was dealing with, that age versus education versus being a parent, then you got, well, what was they dealing with around them? Society. Could they work?
Right.
Could they get a job? Could they get any resources? Did they have their own business? Did they have a trade? Was they, where were they at economically? And then it's like, once you look at all of that, you're able to give them grace. Like, I know that you did the best that you could, that you thought you were doing. But let me tell you now, and it sounds so harsh, but it realistically says it's like it wasn't enough,
right?
Because I'm scarred from.
I mean, and as in the future, I'm pretty sure you're gonna do the best you can from what you know. But I'm pretty sure even when I have kids, I'm gonna do the best I can. But there's still gonna be certain stuff they can say. But I know one thing, they're not gonna be able to say what I went through. But I might put them through something that I don't even know I'm putting them through. But they won't go through what I went through.
Right.
But
yep.
To get back on the question,
yeah, we did.
That's okay. That's how we do. We get to talking. But the back on topic, I would say I would give you two answers. The first death I would say are grief that I encountered. That I would say I wasn't physically here, and it was my sister. Cause my mom, she passed away, and my mom was 3 months pregnant with me, and I don't like telling people a lot, but my mom, I don't blame her. Like you said, it's going back to grace. Like, imagine you're going through, got a divorce, and then you got all these boys, you got a daughter that just passed away, and then here I come, like, too much going on. So she tried the abortion thing. It didn't work. Afterwards, she didn't really want me, but I don't blame her, because it's like, it's so much going on. But when she seen me, her whole mind changed. Yeah. So I think losing my sister, I kind of encountered stuff from that, and they don't really realize that I encountered certain things from that. Yeah. But that losing my sister, it taught me a lot of things as well. But I would say, going back to what we said, like we was losing people young. So as I got older, I stopped losing people. And maybe it was friends. Yeah. People I knew, but family, I feel like I was young. I lost. I kind of lost everybody. Like, who else can I lose? All I got left is my mama, my brothers, my dad, and then lose my dad. Like, I never in a million years thought I'd be sitting here and be 27 years old and I don't have my dad. Like, I would think I would at least get to my 30s or my 40s, because I do understand I was born a little later.
Yeah.
Like my dad had me when he was in his 40s, but I would definitely say that right there taught me, like what you said, that I love you, that giving people their flowers while they're here, because you can really lose sight of that. And definitely when someone's here, like, and they not doing like if it's your parent and it's your dad, and you feel like he's not being the father he should have been, or he wasn't the father for you when you was younger, and you taking that out on them as you older. When now as you older, you grown, so now y'all could develop a relationship.
Right.
But instead of developing a relationship, you're still upset about stuff from the past. So that has taught me grace, and it taught me that life is short, and it taught me that life will throw something at you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And you don't even know it coming, to just smack you out of nowhere. So yeah, them was the two biggest things for me in my life, I would say.
So that would lead me to the next question. If those were the two biggest things, what does grief look like for you today? Has it evolved more now? Like,
Right.
but you learn lessons, like you said, what it taught you. So isn't that the crazy thing about going through stuff? The lessons that we learn from it, it's insane. What you took from those, has it shaped you further now?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Definitely losing my pops, it has tremendously. And I would say with grieving, for me, I guess I was numb first.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to feel it. Like it was here, but it wasn't here to me. And you know what's funny is I used to think over time when you lose somebody it get better. But it's the complete opposite. It does get better as far as you being able to accept that they're not here. But I just think as years go on, it's like you just thinking of certain stuff, like different milestones in your life, stuff you accomplished that you wish you can, you know. And not having kids, it's like my kids will never be able to meet my dad. So I think that's like one of the biggest things that I have to get out of my mind, because I'm not going to say I can just go without my dad, but I know I'm strong enough and I understand life.
Yeah.
But I just want to, because my dad, my dad was the favorite of everybody.
My uncle.
Yes.
Yep.
So just the fact that my kids is not going to be able to experience him, I think that's the biggest thing. It was losing people young, so I kind of deal with things different. But yeah, that was a hard one for sure.
So like you just said, how people say that with time it gets better, but you just said it feels kind of like the opposite. I can say that I feel the same way, because the most recent death that's happened that's been the closest to me was my grandma. That was 2023. She passed away 3 days before my birthday.
Yeah.
But I feel the same way. Like when she passed away, she was under the impression that I would never go into a church again, that I never was, because I was on my spiritual journey at that point. I didn't want to follow a religion or anything. And I told her, I was like, I would never step foot in the church. I was listening to a lot of Bobby Hemmett at the time, so I was like,
oh, I'm hip to Bobby.
Yeah,
listen to him will have you in your bag,
right?
sure.
Like, so I was completely out there. But when she passed, that was the first time I went to a church again, and that was the first time I got up there. I said her remarks, and I knew I wanted to uphold her legacy. I knew I wanted to change my life to help reflect who she was and what she taught me of how to be.
Right.
And it was like she passed thinking I would never go into church again, but I did. And then I wanted her to know that so bad. Because I knew she would be proud of me, and I couldn't. So it did. It just like it do make you. It's almost an anger that comes at that point. It's just like
is an anger.
Not fair. It's just like I am so upset right now. Like when I got baptized, I wanted to call and tell her. I just knew how proud she would be.
Right.
And people say like, oh, she's with you all the time. She knows she's seeing you. It don't feel that way.
Exactly.
Though. Like you can think about it like, yeah, she probably was there. Yeah, she probably did enjoy it, but it don't feel the same. You know, like if I was a caller, just hearing her raw reaction of just
Mm-hmm.
me telling her, like, so I definitely get that. I understand.
Yeah.
But the next question was, do you feel like people truly understand grief, or do we avoid talking about it?
I would say a little bit of both. And I would say people understand grief just because you understand and you get the concept that this person is not here.
Yeah.
But I do feel like people deal with grief differently, and I think that forgetting about it is a way that people do deal with it, because you can put it in the back of your head. It's good for you. Or you can have your, like, some people have your things you do. Go drink, you forget about it.
Yeah.
Then go smoke and forget about it. Some people go hit the gym and you forget about it. So
Yeah.
I do think and I would say this is not just pointing out us as a Black community. This is for everybody. I think everybody is the same, but us as Black people, we put stuff in the back of our mind so much, and we bury stuff so much that it does come off as anger, or it does come off as in ways that you don't even know, because your body just and your mind is just accustomed to it, but
Yeah.
you don't even know why you're that angry. But
Yeah.
everybody around you see you angry, and you don't even really know that this is why you're angry. So to answer your question, I will say a little both, but I do feel like grief is a thing that people try to hide and put on the back burner. But it is definitely something to hit head on, because if you don't hit it on when it happened, oh, in your life it will. I don't care if it's 10, if it's 15, it's gonna get to you, and it's
I
gonna
agree.
affect you.
I
So
agree.
yeah,
I feel like emotions demand to be felt no matter what.
no
Like
matter,
you can
yeah,
put it to the side, but it's gonna come out
it's gonna come
eventually.
out. Cause with my dad, it was you would think it'd be hysterically crying. I shed a tear here and there, but it was just I couldn't feel it. But I was so angry. Like everybody, I couldn't get along with nobody. I'm in relationships. I'm always fighting in relationships. I'm always just like, somebody could look at me at the store and I'd be like, what the fuck is, you know what I'm saying? That type of angry. But now it's just like, when you accept things about yourself, just a certain type of peace you get about yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I'm at. Shoot, they used to be me, but now I'm at a point to where if somebody looking at me crazy or something, I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe you going through something.
Yeah.
Maybe your day was bad. I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
take it personal.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
Yeah.
As long as you don't come right here and we good. You got
Right.
it. You can. But the old me would have been like, oh, you know,
Right. Right.
yeah, but yeah.
Okay. Now, a few questions that really make you think and really make you tell, so somebody else that's watching, like, that might be going through the same shit or feel the same way but don't have the words for it, you putting
Right.
the words to it for them. So it's
right.
like now they able to, you done inspired them enough, they seeing you, they like, okay, I can do this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I want. That's what I
Yeah,
really
love
want.
it.
But okay, so my next question would be, we are done with the grief and the pain questions. We're
Okay.
gonna move to relationships and connections.
Okay.
How have your relationships changed as you've gotten older? And when I ask that, I don't necessarily mean like romantic. I mean truly feeling.
Like, me and my brother's relationship was getting better. And I'm such an isolated person that I had to realize that relationships are important. Because I used to be a person, like, I used to think, like, I don't need nobody. Like, I could sit in the house all day and not talk to nobody, which I can.
Yeah.
But it's good to have relationships with people. Definitely, like, I wouldn't say family, but people like family are family. Because, like you said, family, it's not blood. It's just, it's good to have a village. So now, my mindset is changing now with relationships. I'm more in tune with them. Like with you, I don't like going 2 days without talking to you. I don't talk to you. I be like, okay, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't hear from my brothers. I'm like, okay, what's going on. But I had to get better because I used to be, and I still am getting better with. I was this type of person. Like, I think about a person all day long. In my mind and in my heart, I think about you all day long. I worry about you all day long. but
But you never reach out.
I don't reach out.
Yeah.
So I had to dig into myself that as it gotta be a reason I am that way, which I am trying to figure that out still, but I am getting better with trying to reach out in relationships and develop better relationships. Because with me moving away, like a lot of people, I didn't carry anything. I literally did not carry nothing with me, not a friendship, not a nothing. I was living a whole life, a different separate life, like on some hood shit, on some stuff like that. I was living a whole different, totally different life. So it just like I guess developing better relationships and learning. Not only that, me learning how to be good to someone in a relationship, no matter if it's romantically, family wise, friend wise, because you can't expect people to be just good to you. You got to know how to be a partner as well and a good friend as well. Like you can't expect somebody just to be a good friend and you not a good friend. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if that answered the question.
Yeah, it did. That was good. I feel like I didn't. I feel like I did know that, like you changed your lifestyle when you moved, but I feel like I didn't know that about you building new relationships, how you wanted to build them differently. Yeah. And that I feel like that is the best thing about moving somewhere, because you do have the power to completely start over and be whoever you want to be.
Yes, but it's very hard. I will say, a lot of people, you could say it, because I used to say it in my mind. They like, I just take off and move somewhere else in a new city and meet new people and meet new friends. It's hard.
I feel like it is, but I also feel like it isn't when you are yourself unapologetically and out loud.
Right.
I feel like that is the hard part. Yeah. To be yourself unapologetically out loud in a new area. And I feel like that's what makes it hard, because I moved to Atlanta 5 years ago. And now I'm just now like, oh, I do have a village. Like, oh, I do have people. I have a couple of people that I would consider friends, and I literally mean couple, like very few. But luckily, the organization that I work for now, I'm doing what I actually am passionate about, which is numbers. I'm an accountant. But the work that we do, the mission that we stand for, I love it. And then it's like the other people who also love it, who also work there, they're genuine people, and they're like me. They're like-minded. They're like what we do, and what we stand for as well. So now it's like, wow, I love my job. I love where I work. Where before I ain't never feel like that. It's just like, yeah, I work. I don't mind my job. I do what I need to do, but it's not like I loved my job. But now it's like when you have a mission that you can really get behind, like, okay, yeah, I really do. Like, especially like you said, when you're able to help people who are in need, you're able to help the community become resilient. Because just think about it. That person, whether you say you work for a nonprofit that do furniture, I work for a nonprofit that do utility assistance. Let's just say we helping a family out who need furniture, you helping them out, they need utility assistance, we helping them out. So for that month, maybe we just alleviated so much weight off them that they able to go back to school. If they able to go back to school, they able to create a better future.
And I'm gonna tell you what, that's what keep me going on my job, because as good as my job sounds, it's not easy. Definitely being a female, carrying couches in places, dressers and beds, and it can be hard. But when I mean, you have some people that like that regardless. Yeah. But you know how many people I have ran into that literally damn near cried, that give me a hug when I leave, or somebody that you could just tell they homeless, like they ain't really never had anything, and you go sit a bed in there, a couch in there. It feels great. So when I do carry all this stuff and I come home some days and I be sore and I just be like, I know. Yeah. Out of this whole week, when I go home, out of this whole week, even if it wasn't but one person, I know that I help at least one person feel comfortable, safe. They sleeping safe. They got it. Because when we go in people's house, they have completely nothing. Yeah. So to bring themselves when they have completely nothing, it's a good feeling. But just back like what you said with when you have something behind you and motivation, Yeah, that comes a lot with working and doing something that you like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why I was able to move and create a life for myself that I want, plus want more, because um I know how I feel to like have to work for something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have mama there with your hand out. You don't have no brothers. You don't have no sisters. You don't have nobody there but yourself. And you sitting there by yourself, and you like, you gotta make something happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like anybody get in that spot. If you want something for yourself, you gonna do it.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
yeah, for sure.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
And so where's the will, it's the way. You're damn right.
Okay. Okay. The next relationship and connections question is, now, like you just said, to be a good friend, you got to be a good friend, or to get a good friend, you got to be a good friend. I guess that's kind of like the answer to this question, which is, what do you look for in relationships now that you didn't before? Like, whether it's friendship, whether it's romantic, whether it's rogue relationship, it don't matter what type.
You know what? In a relationship that I think that I look for, no matter what relationship it is reciprocation.
Yeah.
Cause it don't matter what type of relationship you have. If somebody not giving you the same thing you giving, it's it's not gonna be how it should be. So that's what I look in relationships, and I look for motivation. And I like somebody to be on me. Like, you're not on me so much like you like my mom or you like a teacher.
Yeah.
But if I told you that tomorrow I was supposed to do something, I want you to be that person. When I talk to you tomorrow or the next day, Christine, did you do so and so? Not that person like, all right, don't ask her that person like, oh, if you didn't do it, man, you just do it the next day. No, I like that person to be like, man, get your ass up and go do what you said you was gonna do.
Right.
Like, I just think relationships now, no matter what relationship you have, it's important to have people that want something for you. Because you can be in a relationship and just like a romantic relationship, y'all can love each other to death and you could be with somebody, but they don't want you to have shit.
Right.
They want you to stay where you at. They want you to stay stagnant. Because whatever, they might have something over you or they might have something more than you. But I think in relationships, if you find you somebody, whether it's a friend, a brother, a relationship, if you find somebody that want more for you, it'll be a perfect relationship, because they're gonna make sure they stay on you about certain things. It's not just gonna be a pointless relationship. And I think most relationships are like trauma bonding.
Yes.
Or most relationships are just
they are.
You dealing with people because they put up with your shit.
Yeah.
Deal with people that can't put up with your shit, so you can get on your shit.
Right.
And that's what I had to realize. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great. That was a quote. I'm gonna clip that. That's clickbait right there.
Clickbait.
Yes.
New quote.
Clickbait,
what they call it?
Yes.
The new meme.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah. 100%.
That shit came off the top of my head, but that shit real though. It's real.
This one is about. This is gonna be the. I got 2 more questions in this category.
Okay, that's fine.
Have you ever outgrown people you love, and what did that teach you?
Oh yeah, I have. And I think I outgrew a lot of things, relationships, and going back to, like I said, I was in I wouldn't say a relationship the whole time for 10 years, but I went back and forth with one person for 10 years.
Yeah.
And what was the question? Like, what it taught me?
Yes. When you outgrew someone you love, and what did that teach you? I think because it's hard when you realize that you outgrew someone you love, because it's like, dang, you can't, go down. You outgrew them. So you can't shrink to their level. Like, it's like a mental thing, I guess, at that point. So I guess that's why I asked, what did it teach you? Because it's like, you got love for them. It's like that Plies song.
I'm gonna tell you.
Still got love
I'm gonna tell
for
you
you,
exactly what it taught me. because I went through it so young, and I went through a relationship with friends, and even just with that 10-year relationship that was pointless. It taught me attachment. It taught me that you can never get too attached to anything.
Yeah.
You can love something to death, but tomorrow, if something chooses to walk out that door on you, you gotta be hurt, but you gotta accept it to the point to where it's not putting you down. Cause I know how it feel to in a relationship, and oh my God, you can't eat, you can't sleep,
Yeah.
you can't breathe, you can't think.
Yeah.
Nobody should have that much power over you, ever. Relationships
Attachment.
taught me that attachment, man. Listen, I think that's what it be for most relationships, because even these relationships, these marriages, people be in for years. I'm talking about 40, 50 years. They don't even be liking each other.
Yeah.
They deal with each other.
Yeah.
They don't even like
But
each
I
other.
feel like it also depends on when and how they got together too. Because some people, they outgrow each other and they don't learn to let it go.
That's
like,
what that goes back to attachment.
Yeah.
You gotta learn to not be so attached to things. And I had to learn that definitely from like growing up without too much family. So I guess you're kind of more vulnerable to relationships. You're more attached, like more friends and things like that. So I had to learn, like, you can't be too attached to something, because it will have you like that. It'll have you stuck in some.
We also are Leos, and Leo have this like blind loyalty characteristic that every Leo has.
Too
where
loyal.
Well, you can't. It's like we're physically incapable.
And all my
of being
Leos can
unloyal.
agree. We are very loyal, and we are very different. And I kid you not, I don't care who it is. Everybody that knows a Leo and had a relationship with a Leo could all say the same thing. You might have different opinions about how they do things and stuff, but when it comes to that loyalty and love, I ain't never heard nobody say a Leo ain't never had the type of love that we have. So that too. And not to get off topic, but a new thing I learned: being too good of a person is not good.
Yeah, I'm learning that. Yeah. But it's also I'm learning that, but I'm also learning it with a grain of salt, because it's like, that treat people how you want to be treated. People changed it to people treat people how they treat you, because everybody want to match energy. You matching energies, you about to be fighting some demons that's not even yours fighting. You just fighting them now because you just chose to try to match their energy and try to one up them, and you done brought to the table what they was bringing to the table, but that's not even you.
Exactly.
So I've came to the conclusion, like, yeah, you can't be a good person to everybody, because everybody doesn't deserve it, because there are bad people. But as soon as you start putting that bad energy out, my favorite saying, I don't know who said it, but it's in all my bios on all my platforms, is time exposes, because time always tell. If one thing time gonna do is tell. I said karma corrects. Karma corrects, because you get what you put out. And it don't matter if you religious, it don't matter if you spiritual, it don't matter what you are. What you put out in the universe, in the air, what energy you give off, you're gonna run back into that shit. It's gonna hit you back right in the face.
You ain't lying about that shit.
And then the last part of the saying is that God humbles, and he do. Like, I thought I had the best life of the world in 2024. I had my 2020 Honda again. I was on top of the world. Had a corporate job. I had my man. I was doing good. God humbled the fuck out of me. Lord, he's still working on me too. Lord,
He's still working on it.
Yeah, I would say I use God. I said, yeah, I like cuss and use God the same thing, but he's working on me now. He's working on me, but for real, like, he humbled me to let me know, like, you think that you're this and you're nothing at the end of the day, because once you start letting worldly possessions and worldly, once you stop living fleshly, like, once you stop being honorable and having integrity and doing the right things when no one's looking, this is the definition of integrity. But I needed to break that down for everybody. But it's like, I feel like that's when your life starts to shift, when stuff starts to change. Like if you care more about how you treat people than more about what name brand designer fashion you got on, like I feel like you on the right track.
And I think that's how the most of the world is really going right now. It's more of that, and like you said, it's matching energies, and it's more of, okay, who gonna be that person to be like, that's why I said to go back, like what I said from earlier with the anger situation. Like, for example, if somebody at the store, they say something to me or look at me some type of way, instead of me matching that energy, I'm just gonna say, okay, you know what, you're going through something that I don't even know.
Yeah.
You never know. You can get into it with somebody and they do something to you, even though it's not being soft.
Yeah.
So, but it's a big difference between being soft and giving grace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you give grace to people, it's just like, somebody could have blew the horn at you or almost took you off the road and cussed you out, because you don't know, he probably just got a call his mama just passed away yesterday or just a minute ago. But you don't know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean be soft to people. But grace is also not just for them, it's for you. Because I can react the way you reacting, but I know I'm gonna react a little more than you are. So now I have to think about my life.
Right.
Because split second like that, I could be in prison, or you can be in prison, or we can lose our life over something stupid,
real small.
And that's what helps me in my life, because I know a lot of people that happened to. I know a lot of people that done lost their life and is in prison. I so many friends I had that's in prison right now, or just going through a lot of life just from a split decision. So sometimes it just don't be worth it.
You 100% right. I will remember this. This is one of my core memories in elementary school. They had this picture, and it was like a jaguar or a lion, and it said, actions made in anger are unretractable. And then the lion or whatever was jumping off the cliff to catch the bird. So it's like, yeah, you just jumped off the cliff. Yeah, you about to eat the bird, but I hope you swallow it before you meet the end, because you about to die.
Exactly.
Like, you just you decided to jump off the cliff just because you thought this bird was taunting you, because that chase, you had chased it all the way to the edge and it's flying off and you can't do nothing, and you're so mad that you're about to jump.
Exactly.
And so I feel like that's just like the perfect thing. Okay, and the last question is, well, in that segment is, how do you maintain love and friendships while also protecting your peace? Because that's like a hard one for people. People a lot, like you said, how you isolate sometimes. A lot of people do that. They cut the world off because it's like, it's easier that way. Like, I don't have to. Why would I subject myself to be hurt by you? I don't know if you real for real, like you say you is, like you seem you are, or if you really gonna fold. And it's like, I'm gonna protect my peace. I'm just not gonna deal with you at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how do you have healthy relationships while protecting your peace?
That's a good question, because that's something I'm still learning. But I will answer and say, I'm learning to not let people affect my mood. Like when your relationships, because sometimes you could be with somebody and love somebody so much that they mood affect yours.
Energy is contagious in general.
So
it'll definitely, if I'm sitting here mad, you don't know it, but you're gonna get mad too. But also, our bodies are do that. I didn't mean to cut you off, and I completely forgot we even making the thing podcast. But I was gonna. That's why I even cut you off.
We're getting the talk.
I'm doing bad because normally I'm supposed to let you talk, but I just.
It's okay.
Lord. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. This is a different
I was saying, I was about to get
family podcast.
Right, I was saying, I was getting excited, ready to just talk.
But, no, I do agree. But I think that's something that everybody should work on, because you can't help energy, but it's a mind thing. You can't let it get you to the point like, I don't know, like you said, it's like with energy. Like if somebody around you depressed all day, every day, eventually you gonna get depressed all day, every day.
Definitely. So, but like you said, it's like a mind thing. Because once you realize, hey, wait, you always want to stay in the house. Hey, wait. You always want to sit in the room. Hey, wait. You don't never want to do nothing that boosts the dopamine in your body to make you not depressed at all. Like, you definitely, you can pick, it's a mind thing.
It's a mind thing, and you will pick up on it. Exactly.
It's like, okay, I see what's going on here. Do I want to participate